If you have diabetes, there are 4 vitamins your body quietly loses but desperately needs. Studies show over 60% of diabetics are low in at least one of them. Why? Because high glucose medications like metformin and chronic inflammation drain these nutrients fast. And without them, your nerves, heart energy, and even your mood start breaking down slowly but surely. In this video, we're breaking down the top 4 vitamins every diabetic must take, backed by science, explained simply and with real food and supplement tips that actually work. Let's get right into it. Number 1, vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 or 1. Vitamin B1 thiamine is one of those nutrients that tends to quietly run the show in your body, especially when you're diabetic, and when it's low, the effects can be massive. Thiamine is responsible for helping your cells convert glucose into energy. But here's the issue. Diabetics naturally lose more thiamine through urine. High glucose levels push the kidneys to flush it out faster, and insulin resistance blocks its absorption in cells. On top of that, oxidative stress, inflammation, and excess free radicals, all common in diabetes, deplete thiamine reserves even more. So deficiency becomes very common yet easy to miss. Now, the signs aren't always obvious at first, but when thiamine drops, your nervous system, heart, metabolism, and even mental health take a serious hit. Anxiety and depression often show up because thiamine is essential for neurotransmitter production, especially GABA, which calms the brain. Without it, anxiety spikes, mood drops, and even cognitive fog becomes a daily thing. Neuropathy worsens, weight fluctuates due to disrupted carb metabolism, and libido falls because energy and hormone production slow down. Fertility can take a hit. 2 egg and sperm cells are energy hungry in the kidneys. Deficiency accelerates damage to glomeruli. In the eyes, it increases oxidative stress and contributes to diabetic retinopathy. In the heart and blood vessels, thiamine deficiency impairs ATP production and weakens cardiac muscle, increasing the risk of heart failure and hypertension. Small vessel inflammation and stiff arteries creep in silently. These aren't small changes, they're systemic in diabetics. The percentage of thiamine deficiency can range from 17% to over 75%, depending on the population studied. In some studies, up to 76% of type 1 and type 2 diabetics had low plasma thiamine levels. That's no coincidence. It's a real metabolic loss on a cellular level. Thiamine is a coenzyme for enzymes like pyruvate dehydrogenase and translase, which are crucial for energy metabolism, nerve conduction, and managing oxidative stress. Without it, cells get stuck in inefficient metabolic loops, producing more lactate and damaging free radicals, natural food sources that give you serious thiamine bang for your bite. First, pork chops. About 3085 g gives you 63% of your daily need. Then you've got sunflower seeds, where 1 cup, about 35 gram, provides 47%. Black beans cooked, 1 cup offers 27%. Trout, 3/0 gives you around 28%. And mussels, 3/0 can deliver about 30%. All of these are not just high in B1, they're rich in protein and good fats too, making them ideal for diabetics. The bioavailability of thiamine in these foods is solid, especially in animal products, where it's mostly absorbed unless cooked excessively. Now, if you're going fancy, here are 3 luxurious dishes packed with thiamine. First, a French-style garlic butter mussels, dish moule mariner. A bowl about 1.5 cups or 200 dundurling of mussels can give you around 60 to 70% of your daily dose. Second, a Spanish pork tenderloin with paprika and cherry, using 150 gram of pork, provides around 75% of your daily banana. And third, a trout almondine, 140 grams of trout, with crushed sunflower seed crust, offers about 55 to 60% B1. These meals are not only nutrient-dense, but also blood sugar friendly, if paired with grains instead of grains for supplementation. The best 2 options backed by data are benotamine and healthamine. Benotamine is a fat-soluble form that's easier to absorb and more stable. A common dose is 150 to 300 mg per day, shown to significantly improve nerve function and oxidative stress markers in diabetics. Althamine, found in garlic derivatives, is highly bioavailable and penetrates cells deeply. Doses typically range from 50 to 100 mg per day. And it's especially good for neurological issues. And here's something you need to watch out for. Refined carbs, sugary drinks, and alcohol all increase. The loss of thiamine diuretics do it too, especially common ones prescribed for high blood pressure. So even if you're eating well, these can quietly drain your levels. Bottom line for diabetics: thiamine is not optional. It's foundational and fixing. A deficiency isn't just about energy. It's about protecting your nerves, brain, heart, kidneys, and even your hormones. It's one of those vitamins where the payoff is massive once you bring it back to normal. If this video is helping you understand your vitamin needs better, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs it too. Please subscribe to us to help our message reach a wider audience with this request. Let's move on to the number 2, Tour 2. Vitamin B6 mouse number 2. Vitamin B6, also known as pyroxine, is deeply woven into the metabolic machinery of your body. And when you're diabetic, the chances of being deficient are way higher than most. People think the mechanisms behind this are sneaky but consistent. Chronically high glucose levels increase the breakdown of B6 and interfere with its activation into its usable form. Pyridoxal 4,5-phosphate, PLP. Kidney stress from diabetes further drains B6 through urine, while oxidative stress consumes it faster than normal medications like metformin, hydrazine, and even common diuretics impair its absorption or accelerate depletion. To make it worse, inflammation, which is common in diabetes, shifts B6 metabolism and lower circulating levels. Even if your intake looks okay on paper, you can't always spot B6 deficiency right away, but it shows up in ways that quietly chip away at your quality of life. Mood swings, anxiety, irritability, and depression start to surface. Because B6 is essential for making serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, your brain's key mood-regulating chemicals. Weight gain or trouble losing weight follows, because B6 helps regulate how your body handles protein and glucose, fertility, and libido drop. 2. This vitamin is needed to synthesize sex hormones and regulate prolactin for nerves. A lack of B6 leads to tingling, numbness, or burning peripheral neuropathy that can mimic or worsen diabetic nerve damage. The kidneys suffer from increased homocysteine levels, which B6 normally helps lower, and that damages glomeruli in the eyes. Deficiency can worsen retinopathy due to its role in protecting tiny capillaries for the heart. B6 helps keep arteries flexible and homocysteine low, so without it your risk of stroke, heart attack, and vascular calcification climbs fast. In diabetic studies show deficiency rates ranging from 25% to 50%, especially in poorly managed cases or those with kidney involvement. And that's not just a blood number. Low PL levels translate to impaired enzyme function. At the cellular level, B6 is a coactor in over 100 enzymatic reactions, many of them tied to glucose metabolism, neurotransmitter synthesis, immune regulation, and mitochondrial energy. Without enough of it, cell metabolism slows, inflammation increases, and nerves become hypersensitive or damaged. Your best natural sources are surprisingly potent if you pick the right ones. Beef liver 3 Oz 85 gram gives you about 70% of the daily requirement. Turkey breast 3 O cooked gives around 50%. Sunflower seeds 14 cup 35 gives 30%. Chickpeas 1 cup cooked offers 55%. Wild caught salmon 3 O gives around 45%. These foods don't just have high B6, they offer steady blood sugar control and strong anti-inflammatory nutrients too. In terms of bioavailability, animal sources like liver and turkey are the most absorbable. Plant sources like chickpeas and sunflower seeds are still good, but fiber and phytates can slightly lower how much you absorb. Now for some serious gourmet nourishment, a French pâté made with beef liver, seasoned and baked 100 gram, can deliver up to 80 to 90% of your daily B6 in one elegant portion. A Moroccan spiced turkey dîner with chickpeas, about 1.5 cups of the dish, can offer 65 to 75% B6 with rich flavor and slow digesting nutrients. And a Nordic-style salmon fillet topped with sunflower seed crust, served with herbed lentils, delivers 60 to 70% in a 150 gram Serving these dishes don't just taste expensive. They deliver serious biochemical fuel for supplements. The top two forms are pyroxyl 5-phosphate P5P and pyroxene HCl P5P is the active form and bypasses conversion issues. A standard effective dose is 25 to 50 mg daily pyroxene. HCl is cheaper and more common, usually taken at 50 to 100 mg, though it needs to be converted in the liver. Both work, but P5P is better absorbed and more neurologically active. As for what works against you, high sugar diets, alcohol, ultra-processed grains and prolonged fasting without protein can all drain B6 levels. Even overcooking your food destroys it, especially in boiling or frying, so your choices in the kitchen matter just as much as the choices at the pharmacy. If you're diabetic, you don't just want B6, you need it to keep your nerves sharp, your mood stable, your heart steady, and your hormones in sync. It's not optional, it's protective. And when you start restoring it, you feel that shift from foggy and sluggish to stable, alert and stronger in every system. Number 3. Vitamin B9. Vitamin 3. Vitamin B9 or folate plays a central role in cellular repair, DNA synthesis, methylation, and red blood cell formation. But in diabetics, the deck is stacked against it from multiple angles: chronic inflammation, elevated homocyan, oxidative stress, and common medications like metformin all push folate levels down. Metformin alone has been shown to significantly reduce serum in red blood cell folate, sometimes within just months of starting it. High blood sugar damages the intestinal lining, impairing absorption. Kidney dysfunction, also common in diabetes, leads to folate losses in urine and less active conversion in cells. And when the MTHFR gene is mutated, which is more common than most people realize, your ability to convert folic acid into active methylfolate is dramatically reduced, adding another layer of deficiency risk. Identifying folate deficiency isn't always straightforward because the symptoms overlap, with diabetic complications, fatigue, low mood, irritability, and memory fog are some of the early flags. Anxiety and depression are directly linked to low methylation capacity. Since folate helps produce serotonin and dopamine, neuropathy can worsen and pain sensitivity increases. Weight issues creep in because folate is involved in metabolic efficiency and insulin signaling. Low libido and fertility issues show up due to impaired hormone synthesis in egg or sperm quality. Homocyan rises, stressing the kidneys and damaging blood vessels. The heart becomes more vulnerable to atherosclerosis, and eyes, especially theratina, get hit due to weakened capillary repair and increased oxidative damage. In diabetics, the percentage of folate deficiency is significant. Studies have shown up to 30 to 40% of patients with type 2 diabetes have low folate levels, especially those on metformin or with diabetic kidney disease. Cellularly, folate acts as a coenzyme in 1-carbon metabolism, impacting DNA replication, cell division, and the methylation of homocyan to methionine. When folate is low, DNA repair falters, inflammation rises, and methylation-dependent pathways slow down, affecting neurotransmitters, detox, and even gene expression. The most folate natural foods are powerful if chosen well. Beef liver, just 3 ounces, 85 gram, gives around 54% of your daily needs. Lentils cooked, 1 cup, offers 90%. Asparagus, 1 cup cooked, delivers 65%. Spinach, 1 cup cooked, provides 66%. Avocados, 1 whole medium fruit, gives about 22%. These are not just rich in folate, they also have anti-inflammatory, insulin-supportive compounds that help stabilize glucose and improve absorption. Bioavailability from natural sources is high, especially when eaten raw or lightly cooked. Folate from leafy greens and legumes is well absorbed, though long boiling can destroy up to 50% of it. If you're looking for luxury meals that pack a punch, try a French duck liver pâté with asparagus foam. A 100-gram serving delivers over 75% of your folate. Needs a Mediterranean lentil and spinach stew with garlic and lemon. 1.5 cups provides 100 to 110% easily. And a California avocado and poached egg salad with microgreens and truffle oil. 1 large serving offers around 35 to 40% with good fat helping absorption. These dishes combine rich flavor With biochemical precision, supplement-wise, the best form by far is methylolate 5-MTHF, the active version. Your cells actually use a common dose is 400 to 800 micrograms per day, and it bypasses any MTHFR conversion issues. The other option is folinic acid, a stable, easily absorbed form that converts quickly into 5-MTAF, often taken at 400 micrograms. Daily avoid synthetic folic acid unless you know your genetics. It's less efficient and can build up unmetabolized in people with MTHFR problems as, for what increases deficiency processed grains, sugary snacks, alcohol and heavy caffeine use, all deplete folate stores, overcooking grains, constant fasting without proper refeeding and inflammation, driven conditions like obesity or autoimmune diseases, make the body burn through B9 faster than usual. For diabetics, folate isn't just about preventing anemia. It's about stabilizing your nervous system, protecting your blood vessels, sharpening your mood, and improving metabolic flexibility when you fix a deficiency. Everything from your clarity to your kidney function starts to rebound, and the energy that returns feels like someone flipped the switch back on number 4, vitamin B12. Vitamin B12, IS4. Vitamin B12, one of those nutrients that hides in plain sight, quietly running DNA synthesis, nerve repair, red blood cell production, and brain chemistry. But in diabetics, B12 deficiency is far more common than it looks on lab reports. One of the biggest culprits is metformin, the most prescribed diabetes drug worldwide. It interferes with calcium-dependent absorption of B12 in the small intestine, especially after long-term use acid-reducing drugs like PP or H2 blockers. Also worsen this by lowering stomach acid, which is needed to free B12 from food, in aging gut damage, autoimmune gastritis, and poor dietary intake, especially in plant-based or ultra-processed diets. And you've got a recipe for a silent chronic drain on this vital nutrient deficiency. Often creeps in subtly, but can hit nearly every system. Hard anxiety, depression, brain fog, and even paranoia can show up due to disrupted neurotransmitter synthesis and poor myelin formation. In the brain, fatigue and unexplained weight gain often follow as metabolism slows, libido, and fertility drop, because B12 plays a key role in hormone production, in DNA integrity, in sperm and egg cells. Nerve symptoms like tingling, numbness, or burning peripheral neuropathy are some of the most classic signs, and they get worse if left untreated. For kidneys, B12 deficiency elevates homocyan, which can damage glomeruli and accelerate decline. The eyes can suffer due to optic nerve damage and increase vascular fragility in the heart and vessels. B12 helps lower homocyan, so a deficiency raises your risk of heart disease, stroke, and arterial stiffness. Studies show up to 30 to 40% of diabetics on metformin have B12 deficiency, and many more are borderline low. That's not rare, that's almost expected over time at the cellular level. B12 is a coenzyme for methionine synthase and methylanyl-CoA mutase, which are crucial for DNA synthesis, energy metabolism, and maintaining the myelin sheath that protects your nerves. Without enough B12, your cells can't divide properly, your mitochondria struggle to produce ATP, and your nervous system begins to misfire. Natural sources of B12 are all animal-based. The top one is beef liver, just 3 Oz 85 Gr delivers 3.00% of your daily need. Then sardines, 3 Oz give 38%. Atlantic mackerel, 3 Oz gives 278%. Salmon, 3 Oz provides 80%, and eggs, 2 large ones, give about 46%. These foods not only load your system with B12, but also have other metabolic benefits like omega-3s and high-quality protein. The bioavailability is excellent in animal products. B12 from meat, fish, and eggs is highly absorbable unless stomach acid is impaired. Plant-based sources don't provide usable B12 unless they're fortified. If you're going luxury, the richest dishes come from classic cuisine. A French foie gras made with duck or goose liver, about 100 grams, delivers over 3 out of 4,000% of your daily B12 in one silky. Serving a Mediterranean grilled mackerel with lemon and capers, 150 gram offers over 350%. And a Japanese miso marinated black cod with a soft-boiled egg. One full dish gives around 120 to 150%. These recipes aren't just elegant, They flood your system with bioavailable B12 and support your nerves, brain, and heart supplement-wise. The best absorbed forms are methylcobalamin and hydroxycobalamin methylcobalamin. The active form is preferred for neurological issues and is commonly dosed at 1,0 micrograms daily. Hydroxycobalamin, often used in injections, lasts longer in the bloodstream and is typically given at 1,000 micrograms every 1 to 2 weeks for deeper deficiency. Both forms bypass the usual gut absorption issues, especially in people with low stomach acid or malabsorption foods that increase deficiency. Highly processed plant-based diets with no animal sources, excess alcohol, chronic antacid use, and over-reliance on refined grains. These not only lack B12, but also block absorption or damage the gut lining that absorbs it. For diabetics, keeping B12 levels optimized isn't a side concern, it's non-negotiable. It's your defense against nerve damage, brain decline, heart disease, and hormonal chaos. The right dose, the right foods, and the right form can reset your system and protect you from the long-term damage that sneaks in. When this nutrient goes missing, if this video helped you understand your vitamin needs better, give it a like and share it with someone who needs it too. Don't forget to subscribe for more clear research-based tips to stay strong, sharp, and in control with diabetes. Got questions or want us to cover something next? Drop it in the comments. We're here for you. Thanks for watching and take care of your health one smart step at a time. If your introduction, top 4 antioxidants for diabetics. Living with diabetes, your body fights silent damage every single day. High blood sugar doesn't just affect your numbers, it wears down your nerves, heart, eyes, and kidneys through something called oxidative stress. But here's the truth, the right antioxidants can protect you, heal you, and even slow down complications. In this video, we'll reveal the top 4 antioxidants every diabetic must know, simple, powerful, and backed by real science. Let's give your body the defense it deserves. 1. Vitamin C1. Vitamin C is one of the most powerful antioxidants your body uses every single day. But if you have diabetes, your levels drop faster than you think. High blood sugar competes directly with vitamin C for entry into cells using the same transporters. So when glucose is high, less vitamin